tune into Literary Voices on DORCRADIOTV. We're streaming live on YouTube. So let's see who I have here in the studio. Sandra,
hi.
Welcome.
Thank you
to
for
Literary
having me.
Voices.
Thank
to
you.
Abida Productions.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So you sent me a little bit about yourself, and I think it's so amazing. So I'm going to read it out to listeners, and then we continue with our research.
Yes.
I said research. Oh Lord, we continue with our conversation.
That's good. Research. That word is amazing. Why change it? Continue with your research.
No, that means that the schoolwork in my mind, so that is coming out. Yes. So Sandra Turgott is a personal growth mentor, transformational speaker, author, and poet. She is a true believer in the power of words, having had a strong background in people empowerment and social justice. Now I love that. She has discovered her passion for humanity and have helped individuals not only recognize their innate power, but to translate the resource that flow from this power into practical abundance. As a mother of two and a grandmother of two delightful little girls, Sandra enjoys being a part of the growth of others, and she takes the importance of modeling holistic leadership with all seriousness. So please take note, it's holistic leadership. Sandra is a lifelong learner, and I think most of us should consider that, learning as we go along in life. An avid reader, which is very important. She has formal education from Tyndall University and over 20 years of experience in holistic development and personal growth. She has also earned a certificate in leadership from the University of Waterloo. She's also the brain behind Beyond. Is this beyond that I discovered you? A holistic growth mentorship company that is created to change the lives of people by enabling them to tap into their unlimited potentials through body, mind, and spirit connection. Holistic mind, body, and spirit connection. Sandra.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome once again.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
I'm so honored to be here.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure when you said, yes, I will come. And it's like, whoa. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's talk about, Sandra, what you do with transformational leadership and stuff.
Well, I would start by talking about how I get here.
Okay.
I am a product of not being balanced. I was a product of not being balanced in that my body, my mind, and my spirit were just doing their own thing. And I realized that that's not a way to live life. And many of us, I spoke to so many people who live their life just like that. They could be, I call it being top heavy. You could be strong in one area, but the other areas are falling apart. And you find that if you're not balanced and strong in all areas, you're just going to fall apart. So that was me for many years. So this is why Beyond came about, and this is why the whole holistic growth came about.
So this, what you telling me, this conversation you're having with me, is there a particular point in time that something occurred? Most people say something occurred and then it jarred them and then they became aware.
Yes. So when this came about, this was about 2010. I was in a very toxic marriage, if you may, and in that marriage I was losing myself. I realized that I was losing my way. I started questioning my purpose. I started questioning my beauty, my strength. I started questioning who I was as a woman. And so I didn't know what to do. I was frustrated. I didn't want to be divorced. I was already 40, over 40, and didn't want to be divorced.
Yeah.
So I was just seeking, and one day I decided to go back to the root, and I talk about that a lot. I went back to the root, which is the word, which is God. I went back to asking questions. Why me? You tend to ask those questions. Why am I going through this at this point in time? Why am I feeling so broken and feeling so ugly for me and feeling so unwanted and unappreciated? And he answered me. He answered me by showing me that I was created, that I'm not broken, number one, that I'm beautiful, that I'm created in his image and likeness. It's funny that that was one scripture, and I went back there. And that scripture came alive for me in my spirit. And there was a shift. There was a shift. I had a sense of power that I never felt before.
It's sort of like a wakefulness.
I was just totally awoke, I call it. And yes,
apparently the new terminology is woke.
Yes, I woke. I got woke. I did.
Infused with some power.
I did.
Okay.
I did. And there was such clarity in that I can't fix my then husband, and I can only work on myself. Exactly. So
the people are ready to fix themselves.
Exactly. So with that understanding and that knowing, I started this work, if you may. And this work led me into talking to my girlfriends about I got this amazing revelation, and I don't want to keep it to myself.
Okay.
I felt like I got this insight that we were beyond. We were beyond what we perceive, what we can even entertain. We're beyond that. So I began talking to a few friends about this, about how I was feeling, and I felt like God was saying, everybody needs to know this.
Yes.
This is not something, because I have a fresh breath, a fresh energy, a fresh knowing, and I just wanted to share it. So this is how Beyond came about. And this is how the idea of holistic growth came about.
So Beyond, what year, approximately what year?
So we started Beyond 2011. We started the inception.
You said we.
Me and two girlfriends. I called two girlfriends, and I said, I have this. Yes, we should honor them. And Judy McNeil, and the other girlfriend was Janet Thompson. I called him and I said, I have this burning, and let's talk about it. And they're like, okay, Sandy, I was so, that is the right word. I was so pregnant with it. And we started off by calling the organization, I came up with Beyond Limitations.
Yes.
Because that's where I was at the time. Beyond my limits, beyond limitations, beyond what I can see. And we started penning and started jotting and started creating, started figuring out what we're going to do. And it's funny because I started doing this by going into people's home, just empowering people in their home.
Oh.
That's how I started Beyond. From the grassroots. We would take our Friday nights and we would go to people's home, and sometimes the whole thing turned out into a prayer meeting. And it shows me how much people need people. We are community, and that's why I love that it's from a poem saying, no man is an island, no man stand alone.
That's true.
No man can stand alone. And if a lot of people are really dying inside in their homes, and we started Beyond, and we realized that there were so many people that just need to be encouraged, and that's how Beyond. And then we changed the name as we evolved. I changed the name to Beyond. Take off the limitations. I wasn't liking that anymore. Just Beyond. There's no limitations here. Let's take that off, and we just go full force Beyond. And then now I have Judy took a break from Beyond, but we have the other girlfriend Janet, she had moved to another city, so she was just more of a consult by phone. And Beyond had now three new team members. Yeah, so we have Marcia Ortez, we have Corlette Hazel, and Aaron George.
And
Aaron George is like kind of like our consult, like in the back, but he loves us. He comes around, he's there all the time, and we love him with so much
like
wisdom and knowledge. Yes.
Talking about Aaron George. I told you I don't personally know him.
Right.
I don't personally know him, but social media.
Yes, social media.
I've known him on social media for years, and I've followed him, his posts, and I feel the positivity.
Very, very good spirit, good soul.
Good soul.
Very good soul.
The man admits
yes.
even on social media.
Yes, very good soul.
Those that come within his presence surely will feel that kind of blessings or
and your tribe knows you, right? Your tribe knows you.
He
shows up. Okay. He shows up and you just became a part of the tribe.
Okay.
So your tribe knows you. Kind of like we're here today. Your tribe knows you.
Yes.
Yes, your tribe knows you. Your tribe does know you. Yeah. Beautiful. So that's how Beyond came about. And since then we've been working. I came up with because there's some, as I said, there's community. We need more of that. Yeah. So Beyond Talk came out of Beyond, which is I call it a social mentoring forum, a community forum.
So how is that?
Beyond Talk is
constructed.
Happen once a month. We run from September to about May, where we close off with our summit, and we meet once a month. We're doing it on a Sunday now, and it's just to get community to engage into thought-provoking conversation that we need to have, but we're not having. And that's what Beyond Talk is all about. Having those conversations that pull us, even when we don't share certain opinions or we disagree in certain things, just having those conversations make us grow. And again, we're talking about holistic growth. It's we combine collective growth. Yes. We combine our knowledge together, and we find that it expands to greater knowledge. Yes. So that's what Beyond Talk does.
Yesterday, I met a young man at a McDonald's, and I was just discussing today with him and the mentorship or this summit that you're going to be an all-male cast.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. He fell right in love with you.
Oh, nice.
The idea pulled or reeled him in.
Wow.
Because for an all-male cast to speak about themselves, I'll let you delve into it. So, what is the topic of discussion?
So, for the last 2 months, we've been talking about, all male cast, we've been talking about the man is woman. The man is ego, is woman, is money, and is God.
The man, his ego, his money,
is woman,
his woman,
his money, is God.
Okay. The man, his ego, his woman,
his money, and his God. Yes. Those things are really, really strong, if you may, from male. It's ego.
No, all these things we've not consciously
look at them. No, and that's why we came. And it's funny because I had a female before we were talking about relationship, and I had all female cast and a girlfriend of mine. That's why community is so important. A girlfriend of mine called me, but she said, Sandra, why don't you have an all male? Why don't we hear the man? We want to hear their voices. We want them to speak. A lot of times we're doing the talking, and they just kept quiet and listened to us. So now we want to hear them. So I said, yeah, I wasn't thinking about that, but it's like a good idea. So we could try it. So I tried it, and we did the first month, and then people say we want more. So the first month.
According to the men, what are the women doing wrong?
Funny enough, there's nothing that the women are doing wrong. They don't think. As a matter of fact, they apologize. This is not a surface thing. This is a deep, deep, deep rooted generational thing. This discussion, we can go on maybe for a few more years. We could talk about this every day, and we would still just be on the surface. It's such a deep discussion, understanding that men and women are different. We know that, right? Totally different. We know that, and we also know that socialization is a big part of understanding each other. Even if we grew up in the same city, in the same neighborhood, we socialize differently in our household, right? Our moms and dads raise us differently. So this is the conversation. Women are saying things like, why don't he listen? Our big one, why does men cheat? That was a big one.
Why do men cheat?
And men ask the same thing. Why do women cheat? Because at one of our last segment, one of the guy was saying he didn't cheat on his wife. His wife cheated on him. So without putting blame on anybody and pointing fingers, we're realizing that it's not the act that we're not condoning the act, but there's a deeper root to why we behave the way we behave.
So that's what you are unpacking.
That's what we're trying to unpack. Okay. But for us to get to the root, we got to take away the muck.
It's layers.
The layers and layers and layers. The cheating, the deception, the how he handles his money, and how he treats his life, his wife, his fiance, his spouse. How does he show up? What did he learn from his own surrounding? What did he learn from his own mother? So this summit is going to shine some more light on from different perspective, and that's why we have people from different parts of the world. This was done really intentionally. We have a young lady from Zimbabwe who came to Canada as a young girl with a father. Her mother died in Zimbabwe. She came here with just a daddy. So she was raised by daddy. So just to hear her story, we have somebody like Sheena who's going to be talking from having a strong relationship with mom and dad, but at the end, her dad was living with her before he passed, and understanding those dynamics. And her dad is from a Caribbean background, totally different. Migrated to North America, raised her. She's a mixed race, and all of that. We have somebody like Anna, who's from the Cameroons, total different upbringing, raised her children in North America. She has sons. She has, I think, 3 sons. Somebody like Aaron, who was raised by a stepdad, thinking that was his dad, and didn't realize that wasn't his dad until later in life. So the confusion that brought to his life. We have somebody like Baba, who had both parents, and seemingly life was good, but ended up having his own issues, right? And how that turns out even in his own relationships. We have somebody like Eric that talks about Eric was raised, he was an only child, how that impacted him, and how he showed up in relationship being an only child. So
a bit selfish.
So who knows, right? A bit selfish. Okay, she said a bit selfish, but
I did not say you're a bit selfish. She's putting words in my mouth.
He's by the way, he's not selfish. He's the sweetest man. He's one of the sweetest men I know. This guy.
I'm picking
on him.
This
is my cousin, right? Yeah. But how all these things, it's kind of like a quilt, get knitted together. And how do we,
as you saying,
the situation that we try to do relationships with somebody from even another world, if you may. You meet a man, he's from a totally different world than you, and you get married, and then you said, now our world must look the same. It's impossible.
Highly.
Very impossible. And it's unfair to men, because I know that, I'm not saying that they don't do wrong, but sometimes I feel like we're unfair to them. We expect so much of them. Somebody called me up and said that they couldn't help their wife. I don't know. She wants me to make her happy, and I don't have what it takes. I can't make her happy. And I said, well, that's it's not really your role to make her happy. You can do lovely things for her, but if she's not happy,
to figure figure out where the unhappiness is coming
Exactly.
from.
It's a
Put it
personal
on the
work.
table and see how the rest can help her navigate these murky waters.
Personal work.
Yes.
Every single person. So a man showing up in your life, or you showing up in his life, if you didn't do the work and if he didn't do the work, it's two mess that's coming. Can you imagine two mess colliding? I was that mess.
Yeah, I'm not a mess. I'm too happy.
I used to be, before I did the self work, I feel like I had expectations from this human being. And when this human being did not meet those expectations, it makes me sad, it makes me bitter, it makes me angry.
So you have to know who you are first.
Exactly. So if you don't know who you are, and if you're not complete and whole, then you're no good for anybody. Even a man, you're no good for nobody. And that's what I come to realize, and that's why we do Beyond. Beyond is about.
But if you, I am circumvented. But if you know who you are and whatnot, and they come in, okay, continue.
Tell me. Say what you were going to say. Don't stop now. Tell me what you're going to tell me.
Continue.
If you know who you are.
And they walk in and then try to change who you know who you are to who they want them. They want you to be.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we're having the conversation.
Yes.
So, because I believe that knowledge is power, really. And the more you know, the more you're able to make good choices. That's why we're having the conversation.
Sometimes the power is threatening.
we're having the conversation.
Sandra, you take left, I take right.
Yeah. And sometimes that person is just not, that person's a good person but not good for you.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to get to that crossroad and say that person could make a good husband or a good wife for somebody, but not for me. Or even friendship, even if we just look at friendship, just having, you could be a great friend for me but not for somebody else.
That's true.
Because so it's kind of unpacking those dynamics, and that's why it's a continuous work, because we're not going to be able to do it in just a talk. Our lifestyle have to become that. So we have to start. We have to stop looking for things on the outside of ourselves, within ourselves, and work on those things, because those things are always showing up. They do. I like to say, wherever you go, you show up.
Mine lead me, and I follow.
So the guy, if he's not doing that work, and if the girl is not doing that work, they're not going to be any good for each other. So there will be problem. So when we talk about his ego, the ego is not a bad thing, but it's how he manages it.
Yes. Whether it's too strong or too.
Yes, it's really how he manages it. How is he showing up? How is he listening to his inner spirit, if you may? Because if he's in tune with himself and he's in tune with his spirit, then the ego is not the boss of him. So he doesn't have to put that kind of strength out there to say, well, I'm the man, and you must listen to me, or I do what I say.
Oh my dear, I've heard a lot of that. But okay, you are the man, me too, I'm the woman.
But if you're the man, you don't have to say a thing, because when you enter the room knows. Everybody will know that you're coming with this humility and the spiritual awakening. If you're the man, yes, you don't have to cry,
I'm the man.
You don't know.
So if a man cries, I'm the man.
He's really not the man.
Our executive producer agrees. If a man cries, I'm the man. He's not really the man.
He's not really the man. Because a man who knows his position does not have to
advertise.
No, and his ego doesn't have to be this big. He can
like an eagle soar.
Exactly. It does not have to be that big. Yeah. He can just be humble, and people respect.
Speaks.
Yeah.
Yes, humility speaks.
Have you ever seen, you say, my Lord, my Lord.
Yak TV.
Have you seen, you notice how calm
Cool
and
collected.
subdued they are?
Yes.
They don't even raise their voice. I'm still working to get there. I'm not there yet, but that's where I want to get. They're so calm. Like,
No, I like you this way.
I'm working to be more spiritually awake. That's what a real,
So
if you want to say a real.
really spiritually awake.
It's a journey, my sister. It's a journey. And it is a journey. You walk in this road, and you're constantly clearing. You're constantly clearing stuff out that is showing, because as I say, you wherever you go, you show up, and your stuff will show up, and you gotta catch it and say, oh well, yeah, how did I respond to that person that way? Maybe I need to work on this. Maybe I need to work on that. Well, I need to work on that. So it's a constant work.
So since you're talking about constant work,
Mm-hmm.
and we have your book
Yes.
for her, a compilation of poems and prose for her by Sandra Turgott. It's absolutely beautiful. And I do understand Sheena Blake, who was here, diversity
Diversity
publishing. She put it together and
Yes.
navigated the publishing
Yes.
thing for you.
Yes.
So I'm going to read from here, page
I don't have
70.
my glasses. Don't make me read.
Okay. I'm going to read from page 77 and then
Right.
we discuss it
Mhm.
because we were talking about moving.
Mm-hmm.
Move. Once you begin to move, life will move with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you get stuck, life is moving without you.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the circumstances, people keep moving. Well, the people, I just put it in.
Keep moving. And
Keep
that's the truth.
moving.
Yes, yes.
Yes. And on the flip side is be you. You are stronger, bolder, braver, more courageous, more interesting than they perceive. Be you.
Yeah. That's a lot in that.
I was about to ask you, so since you started, we can discuss this.
Yes. There's so much in that. You want me to start with being you?
Yes.
Being you, that's basically what I started off talking about. Just people perceive you a certain way. Your society may have some labels on you. Your maybe where you came from, your economic status. Labels are put on you all the time.
Yes.
But if you know that none of those labels define you.
You talk about labels, and I was telling somebody that as a black woman, I never knew I was a black woman in Ghana until I got
Until
to
you
North America. Then I discovered that I was a black
You're a
woman.
black woman.
And not only that I'm a black woman, I am a Ghanaian Canadian, I am an African Canadian, and it's just that multiple identities
Yes.
that one
All
assumes-
labels.
all labels that one assumes and navigates.
But who you are?
My dear, but I love them. I've taken them on positively, and I tell you when I feel like who I am.
Tell me.
I'm a woman. Phenomenal.
You're a
woman.
phenomenal woman. That's who you are. I like to go deeper to say that you are being created in the image and likeness of God. That alone, no human mind can conceive that. That's why I come to understand that you can conceive who I am. So you cannot define me. How are you going to define me when you don't even have the capacity to conceive the greatness of me? So basically, I write like that because I realize that if you get caught up out here, you will just miss it. You have to constantly go in there, and I call in there the source where everything is made, is where everything happens. happens, you the stirring, that small humming, silent humming that you don't know, that you know that you can do X, Y, Z, and you may get up and tell it to even your husband or your wife or your children, and they say, oh no, you can't do that. But you know, you can feel that thing. Do you know that's why dreams get crushed? Because you tell somebody and somebody say, oh no, wait a minute, you do you know where you come from? It's impossible. Do you know you're a black woman?
Yes.
Do you remember that you're African, Ghanaian? How are you possibly going to do that? That's what people will tell you.
The mistake they make when they say impossible, they forget that there's possible in impossible.
Exactly.
So I just take the in from there and take the possible.
Exactly.
Yes. But then also, when we speak to such people within our environment, we have to realize where they come from.
Where they are. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very important.
So you kind of pick and choose those people that you also communicate with to get to.
Are you even going to share your gifts with? Or share whatever you're feeling on the inside with? It's a whole different world on the inside. That's what I've come to realize. It's one world out here, and there's a whole different world happening. It's a whole different thing happening in here.
Yaa TV.
That means you have some work to do. And life, because life is God, and life is moving without you. If you get stuck, you just have to unpack that which has have you stuck.
The thing is, because life is also always moving, getting stuck is a state of mind.
It is. It is. You gotta unpack it.
Even when you think you're stuck, you're still moving.
Yeah, well, seemingly. you're moving. Yeah.
You're moving in a certain direction, maybe not the direction you
that
want
you
to
should
go.
be moving.
You should
That's
be
true.
moving, but
That's true. Yes.
you're still going somewhere.
You're going somewhere, not going somewhere to go nowhere. Right. But if you're moving the way you should move.
Yes. So, which one is your favorite of some of these poems? If you tell me, I'll look for
My
it.
favorite is the first one.
First one.
Well, one of my favorites. They're all my favorites. I wrote them.
I know, you're great.
but one of my favorite is for her.
Okay.
It's a long one.
You mind if I read it?
Oh, of course.
Okay. So, the title is For Her. The trickling ink for my pen, the throbbing in my heart, the tears in my eyes, the space I occupy for her. As my body kisses the cold, hard floor, and my spirit beholds the rising of the sun, I see her. Like I see myself, her courage, her bravery, her beginning, her now. I write for her. My pen created mystical wonders for her. My paper defines the power of her existence. And I explode with pride thinking about her. I write for her. For every girl, her heart, her soul, all for her. Her back against the wall, her aching imminent. I see her pain piercing through her naked eyes. Her strength speaks through the lifting of her head, her will to preserve against all odds. She's fierce like a tiger. She's bold. You may bury her in the dirt with rotten words and dirty stirs, but with stamina like a stallion, she pounces. She weakens, knocks her door, and bends her knee to the throne. There she finds strength, for her hope is in her praise. For her, I write. Her intentions, her vulnerability, and her also sexy, her sensitivity is a gift to the world. Her sensuality is illuminating, and you can't resist her. When you love her, laugh with her, cry with her, embrace her flaws by validating her presence. See her, hear her, love her through her fears. I'm ready for her. She is me. I am her. She is you. You are
Her.
Thank you.
Isn't that amazing?
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
Lovely.
Yes.
Sandra,
Yes.
you're amazing.
Yes. You are amazing. I write for
You
you.
write for me, thank you, and I gladly
I write for
accept
you.
it. And I
Every
promise
woman is her.
I'm going to read it through. Oh my goodness, Queen!
It's all about her.
Yes,
It's all about her.
yes,
There,
yes.
she's
Yes.
made up. She's so powerful.
Yes,
Like when I think about women,
yes,
I get chills.
yes.
She's really the mother of creation, and that's a piece in there too. She's powerful. She's carries so much. A woman carries so much, and that's why I write for her. Like there's so much about her. I write so much about her, and there's so much still to write about her.
The funny thing is, soulmates. I just.
That's another one. Yeah.
Yes, that's another one. And I'll read it to listeners, soulmates. And funny enough, I have something similar. So I think as women, you write for her, you try to
When a man comes home from a hard day's work, he enjoys nothing better than a hot.
my soul will die for
That's what it feels like though. When you really think about it, it's about it's the metaphor of it. You feel like everything stops.
I go by it and I tell her what's
What's love got to do with it? No, you don't mean that. You don't mean that. I mean, anybody that's ever been say they've been in love, whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, been in love. Yeah, it's that's what happens when that thing when you get deceived or betrayed or whatever happened. It's really like the light. Think about love. You get butterflies, your eyes are bright, you love seeing him or you love seeing her, you just get excited, and then
Oh, I treat it like a high.
and then something happened. Something for everyone is different.
It's like a drug addict. It's
Yes.
a high, and then when you don't get it, it's a low. It's gone. So you wait for the next bus, if there's a next bus. Otherwise, you become a reformed.
And sometimes people can't even recover
Recover.
for many years. It's because
It left scars.
it does because it's tying your soul to another human being. It's a deep thing. If you ever had a soulmate,
I
then
don't even know what
and what that means. You're too
people
funny.
say that
The
I cannot
soulmate.
personally say I know
You
what
had a
it means.
soulmate, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So maybe my soulmate is out there
Still out there.
still out there.
Well, I thought I had found my soulmate. And maybe that's why I write that. I wrote that piece because I thought I really thought I had found my soulmate. That deep connection was very deep. It was not sexual. It was very spiritually deep. I can't even explain it. It was a deep friendship. It was somebody that you trusted and that it was that. And then when that was broken, it's like a glass shattering. And you really do feel like the light just turn off and you're in complete darkness. Because now you have to start rebuilding. And you have to rebuild by clearing that space that that person took out, a lot of space, that you have to clear it. And for women out there, that if you don't do the work, if the work is not done, if the work is not done, it's like you can't get to the next level of your life. You have to do the work. You have to do the clearing. You have to do, if you may, the fixing, the healing. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of time. I can tell you that. If you really truly had a soulmate, I will say, if you had one.
Sandra, somebody said to say hello. Her name is Mooney. Mooney, thanks for watching.
Oh, hi, Mooney. Hi.
Sandra got your hello.
I know, Mooney. Oh, she's tuning in.
She's tuning in on YouTube. She's also one powerful sister, also working to bring about changes in the lives of children with disabilities in Ghana. So
yeah, she's a beautiful sister.
She's a beautiful sister, she's a beautiful soul, and whatnot. Sandra, we'll have to continue this conversation.
Yes, yes.
Before we leave, I want us to talk about this mentorship.
The summit?
This summit that you have coming on.
Mm-hmm. So, you want to talk about it, or you want me to?
No, you talk about it.
So we touched a little bit on it earlier. So our summit is coming up May 25th. The Mentorship Summit is really a community event to shed light on topics and to empower young people, and young and old people. But we really want young people to engage. We want generations to engage. And this year we're talking about how he leads and how she follows. So we're on the same message of females and males. How he leads, how she follows. So these speakers will be shedding some light on what that looks like. We will not complete it. We will pause for a minute, a few seconds, and come back, and we will run through the whole program before we leave air. Folks, back on
When a man comes home from a hard day's work, he enjoys nothing better than a hot The Suya Spot, Canada's #1 Suya Spot.
We're back from our commercial break. Thank you, listeners. You're tuning to Literary Voices with your host Yaa Yeboaa and my beautiful guest Sandra Turgott. So you've been listening to us for a few minutes. Yes. And Sandra was telling us about the Beyond, the biennial mentorship summit. So if you could delve really in depth into it, and then we take it from there.
Definitely. So the Beyond Summit, as I said, is really a project to bring our community together. Young and old, if you may, to bridge that gap through mentorship. We realize that there's a lack in our community. Young people are walking one way, and the older folks, not that I'm old, but people my age group, people my age group, we're walking one way. So we're so young at that. So we want this mentorship, the whole mentorship program, it's really what it's all about. And I like to plug that anybody can be a mentor. Anybody. You don't need no fancy degrees or whatever to be a mentor. You just need a heart of service. You just need a servant heart. to be a mentor. There's so many people that need you. And whether that person is old or young, because when a lot of times when I talk to people and they talk about mentorship, they talk about it from a level of corporate. Oh, let me mentor you to do a better job. Let me mentor you in this area of corporate so you can make more money. You're gonna be my mentor. But no, we need holistic mentor. There are people who are doing well corporately, but spiritually they're dying. They need a mentor. Some people emotionally they're a mess. They need a mentor. So the Beyond Summit is really about bringing awareness to the fact that no man is an island, no man stand alone. We all need somebody. And through mentorship, we can have a better community. Not that our community is bad, but our community can always be better. And a person should not pass a person on the street and not be able to say hello, how are you doing? Or how can I help you? When I go to the mall, I was saying to my team that I pull young people up. I'm a model for every young person. So, and that's a culture we want to bring back. It takes a say it again. It takes a village. That's the idea. So when we do the summit, that's what we're trying. That's the message we're spreading. And this year we're talking about how he leads, how the man leads, how daddy leads, how uncle leads, how grandpa leads, how he leads, and how we as women, how we follow, so that we can build a community that's strong.
So this has absolutely nothing to do with the social notions of feminism.
Oh no.
Okay.
We're not. No.
It's not politicized.
No, because that's a good point. Because how she follows, a feminist would maybe have a problem with that.
No,
how
not that will make. Will have.
How she follows.
That's why I pose the question to unearth or unpack it. Mm-hmm. That I know from a cultural standpoint.
Right.
I'm not fighting with no one. You're a man, you're a man.
Yes.
I know what I need to do, and so far as you know what you need to do, and we can collaboratively as a team work together. I have no issues. When you're down and I'm up, I'll hold you up. When you're up and I'm down, I expect the same of you.
Yes.
So that is me, my understanding. But when you say when he leads and she
follows. Yes,
okay.
I know we're opening up a can of worms, but that's really the foundation. So we want to go back there because we want to raise healthy children. We want to have healthy households so that we can have healthy communities. Because it all begins at home. So if he's not leading, if she's leading, then that's a problem though. And I'm a woman, I'm saying that, and I'm a woman that's saying...
What if she's leading, but it's a partnership, it's an understanding between the two of them?
They both, they're different roles, they're different levels of leadership. What we're talking about is...
what kind of leadership are we talking about?
We're talking about the man taking his rightful position as a man, a leader. That's what we're talking about, as a head mentor. He's a head mentor. He's the head of his house. He needs that position so that the house can function. Yeah, and if you're feminist, you may disagree with me.
Thinking about patriarchy, the whole patriarchal system.
And we're not going there. We're not talking about abusive behaviors or him using his ego or we're not our power. We're not talking about that. We're talking about, remember we started talking about humility. And when a person knows who they are, they're going to operate in humility, not exerting some power over anybody. So the man that we're talking about is the man that God created. That man we're talking about. We're talking about him coming back to that place where he knows his position. And the woman does not have to tell him what to do, because that's what women are saying. Women are saying, we're frustrated. Like, we're running our households, we're telling our husbands what to do, or we're telling our man what to do, or he's not pulling his weight. We're saying that he has everything he needs inside of himself to pull his weight, whatever that means. He has everything that's ready. So we want to help. We want to pull that out.
I also find, do you have anybody of a different religious background on here?
No. Maybe not. I don't.
Yes.
I don't think all of these people are not. They're not. No, they're not necessarily Christians. No.
Okay.
No, they're not all. They're
Because
not all.
I would have loved to hear the conversation from different backgrounds, how it would have.
Not all these speakers are not Christians, if you may. But it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what background. Every man needs respect. Man, that's how they interpret love, if you may. And if he's going to get respect, he has to operate at that level for respect to come to him. That's all we're saying. We're not saying that the woman is losing anything in this. And nothing is wrong with a girl. If she's following, she should. It's a healthy place to be. It's a very healthy place to be that if she follows her Lord. Her husband should be her Lord.
I don't have a problem following, because if there's danger, you face it first.
Yes, and that's the role. That's his role. He's the protector. He's leading.
You fall in
He's
first.
leading.
Like,
It doesn't mean that you're behind him when you're falling, because I know people will disagree. I'm not saying you're behind him. I'm just saying he's leading, and you're going along with him, right? And that's what we want. We want that to come back so bad. I hear women saying, "I'm so tired. I'm tired of working 2 jobs. I'm tired of taking care of everything. I'm tired of making the decisions." Because really and truly, it's not our role to do all of that. I'm not saying that we should sit down and as a non
issue, not only as on the personal, but also society.
Exactly.
And how society has framed and actually attacked the black manhood.
Exactly.
So we have a lot of not only the personal, but also the social to look at.
Yes.
Now, we cannot unpack everything on the show.
No, we can't.
So
It's a big deal.
So for viewers, if you really want to come and sit and have a conversation with the men, Aaron George, Babajide, Akin Remy, Eric Turgott, and the women, Anna Warifa, Sheena Blake, and Dr. Natoba. How do you say the last name? Natabo Nkube. Sorry if I chopped.
If you chopped her name,
yes.
She'll forgive me. She's sweet.
So this is an inspire, transform, and heal. How he leads, how she follows, and it's hosted by my beautiful good friend here, Sandra Turgott,
And my team.
Yes. So the team is Marcia and Colette, right? It's Colette.
Correct.
Yes. And it's ordinary people share extraordinary stories of inspiration, transformation, and healing. And this program is taking place at Spot One Grill and Banquet, right? And it's Rutherford, 289 Rutherford Road, South, Brampton. And it's only $50 donation. And you have a continental breakfast.
And lunch, yes.
I'm coming for the food. And so we've already said some of the topics that will be explored, but he said the speakers will explore topics that are sensitive, relevant, and necessary. That includes how he understands her, reclaiming his foundation, the man who fathered her, the woman who mothered him, mental health and wellness, and more. Mental health is really key.
Yes.
A whole lot of us.
We were talking, we won't be going way deep in mental health, but we'll be talking about that and how that affects.
A whole lot of us have a whole lot of crazy.
Yes.
So it's about time we realize that, acknowledge that, and start unpacking
And
it.
start unpacking it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Sandra, thank you very much for honoring this invitation.
Oh, thank you so
It's
much.
been a pleasure of Abidoc Studios to have you in here with my executive producer. producer, Chief Yinka, and we hope to see you in the near future, and on a different scale that we really give you a platform.
And we're going to Ghana, right?
Oh yeah, we're going to Ghana. So we'll talk about this transformational, how do you call it, transformational leadership.
Yes.
And you're speaking, and your poetry is also absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and
When a man comes home from a hard day's work, he enjoys nothing better than a hot The Suya Spot, Canada's #1 Suya Spot.